The first few weeks of spring have not disappointed. It's been busy, and this week has been full of surprises for us. Spring rains arrived this week and gave everything a well-needed soak. The gardens benefited greatly, and we've been pleasantly surprised a few times. A week or two ago, the sheep decimated our brassicas, but this week we found them quite recovered.
The spring sun always re-inspires me to add colour and beauty to my gardens. We had these old tyres laying around, so I wanted to use them as a bed for all the flowers I forgot to plant last year. Come on, Ty. Eris! Come! These are everlasting daisies in beautiful shades of red and pink and white, colours I loved seeing in my garden beds last year and hope to see the bees on again this year.
This week we had some very familiar guests visiting the homestead. The weather was incredibly dynamic while they were here. We didn't let the rain get in the way of our most recent venture. Diane and Robin's podcast, Earthly Roots, is live and releasing episodes right now. If you're interested in checking it out, there's a link below in the description.
Eris and I are out for a little evening walk. It seems like Pigeon has done it again. She's been disappearing at night time and somehow continuing to stay alive. We're thinking she's somewhere possibly sitting on some eggs, so we're on a mission to find out if she is or not. She kind of disappears for most of the day and then we see her for like a moment to get some food in the coop area, so in with all the others, and then she just disappears again. Today I think we've only seen her once, so there's a fair chance that something else is going on, and it's not a fox attack, it seems. Found a little kookaburra.
This is not the first time we've had to go looking for Pigeon. We know all the places she hides and nests. Usually it's along fence lines that the sheep weren't able to clear out.
Hey. Good job.
What'd you find? she is. That is not a safe place for a chicken.
No, it's not.
Pigeon.
You know what she's probably doing? Sitting on eggs.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But that's not safe. We should move her and the eggs
Into the coop.
into even the brooder box.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Do that. Ready to get the eggs. Moving a broody hen with her eggs is risky. But the risk isn't where you'd think. Pigeon can actually leave the eggs for a considerable amount of time and still hatch.
Oh, you're doing a good job, Mama.
The risk is in breaking the broodiness of the hen before she has fully moved into that mothering state. Yeah. Like, she didn't come in last night. She was in the coop the night before.
Yeah.
So they may not have had time to like fully start the incubation process.
As soon as she starts sitting,
Really?
that started.
Once you've moved the hen to her resting place, you wait and hope that she is broody enough to sit back down and commit to the incubation process. The move is stressful, so Pigeon didn't sit down straight away. We gave her access to food and water and added a heat lamp to give her some more time to settle. We have done this in the past with our other hens, but unfortunately, we would awake the next morning to find an abandoned nest.
She's on the eggs.
Now there's nothing left to do but hope she's a good mum.
With all of the excitement of Pigeon going broody and trying to hatch her own eggs, we kind of forgot to think about the fact that we have meat chickens arriving in a matter of days. And so we've had to think on our toes and come up with a brooder ready for all of those new little chickies. Pretty excited. We haven't bought feed yet. What do? It's all happening.
This year, Di and I are very excited about the idea of hosting a butchering workshop for our meat chooks. If you want to check out our systems in person and you want to see and learn the process of paddock to plate firsthand, please comment below and express your interest. We read all the comments. This next step services our dream of building a wonderful homesteading community in Australia. We don't pretend to be experts, but we do have a lot to share. It is said that the final step in learning something is to teach it. This time I got to be the one to go and pick up the chicks. The chicks were travelling from the Queensland and New South Wales border and were being delivered about 2 hours north of us up the coast, the furthest possible delivery distance. It was a beautiful day, but wanting to get the chicks home safely and quickly, I didn't film quite as much as I'd intended. The ocean was a beautiful teal colour though, and I couldn't help but capture something. My neighbour happened to stop by to give me a hand with a friend of mine.
50. Oh, you're cute. Look at you. you want me to help get some in, dude, or?
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't sure what you were doing.
They're like a week old, so they've actually already. They can probably just. Oh no, we've lost a couple.
You've lost a couple.
Yeah, they get
no.
trampled. Put this one here.
Come on, love.
These chicks are actually a week old. It was just how the scheduling and the hatching worked out. It means that they're just that little bit more educated and I don't need to worry about dipping their faces in the water. They have plenty of energy and are able to explore for themselves.
Babies! Oh, you're just little. Hello. Oh my goodness! Your friends. What is so cute?
Things were going really well with the sheep on the neighbor's block. I moved them to a second plot, and then one day I went down there to get them feed, and they were gone. Hey, Kai. Hey, buddy. It seems that the sheep found an abundance of kikuyu at the bottom of the hill. Even though kikuyu is very high in water and not the greatest grass for a grazing animal, it proved much more enticing than anything up the top of the hill. And so, I was forced to hike them back up with sheep pellets in a bucket. This worked really well, the first and the second time. By the third time, they weren't interested in walking up the road anymore, and so I had to hike the property with them. Luckily, Di and I are good friends with our neighbors. I have freedom of movement over their property. You're watching now footage from the 5th time I had to hike this hill. I was quite frustrated this week and unfortunately had to reel back some of the leniency I'd allowed. I brought them back onto our block, blocked up some of the perimeter fence gaps, and added another wire to their paddock. I'll let you know how it goes. That adventure was definitely an unpleasant surprise, and I wasn't expecting it. And then, this happened.
It's happening! It's happening! I missed it, guys. I'm so sorry. Baby! It's out! I did too! I was turning the drone on because she laid down! And then it was already on the floor! She just bloody pushed it out. Yeah. Oh, it's so little. Oh, everyone's like, what's this? Wow. Congratulations, you're now uncles. How do you feel? Okay, cool. The first baby on the homestead.
Yeah, wow. First mammal on the homestead.
So little.
We were so excited to see the Slim healthy, happy, and strong. But he wasn't quite out of danger just yet, and so we watched on to make sure to see that he had some of his mother's milk. New mothers produce colostrum. Sometimes it's called liquid gold. It's a milk that is incredibly high in nutrients and also has lots of antibodies and antioxidants to establish and boost the newborn's immune system. It is so potent that only a mouthful is enough, but that mouthful is a matter of life and death for this little lamb. It's okay.
We noticed that Oat was quite restless and she'd still been having contractions. Unfortunately, just as she decided to lie down, the rest of the sheep broke out of the enclosure.
Oh no. Sheep, sheep. Sheep, sheep, sheep.
I had been adjusting the fence when Kai took the opportunity to jump it. I fixed the fence up and got the sheep back in, just in time for Oat to be able to calm down and lay back on the ground.
Good job. Push, push. Good job. It's out. No, no, baby. We got twins. Oh, the noise. She's like, I have two. You gotta share.
The firstborn was a boy and the secondborn was a girl. We were really excited to see twins. There was always a much higher chance of her having twins than one lamb, but there's always a chance of disappointment. If you've enjoyed this content, please throw us a like and subscribe below. And please get involved in the comment section. We do read every single comment. See you guys next week.